Metallica is one of the most important and most influential metal bands of all time, drafting the blueprint for thrash metal in their earliest days, then pushing the boundaries of mainstream metal and hard rock as they settled into their role as a popular legacy act as the decades went on. Between the meeting of raw energy and intricate speed metal compositions of their 1983 debut Kill 'Em All and the layered, radio-geared production of 1991's self-titled Black Album, the band turned in classic album after classic album, each new chapter leading the development of metal on a global scale. Throughout the 90s and beyond, the group was highly active as a stadium-level touring act while sporadically releasing new music. Razor-sharp riffs, growling vocals, and high-power precision drumming remained at the core of their sound even as they explored new ideas on later albums like 2003's Saint Anger or their 10th studio album, 2016's Hardwired To Self-Destruct. Behind all that, here are interesting facts about Metallica. Metallica vs. Napster. There's a lot of debate about when Metallica went from being heavy metal darlings to becoming a world-renowned franchise. Many fans point to the mind-blowing sales of Metallica, while others suggest it was their song I Disappear that appeared on 2000's Mission Impossible 2 soundtrack and peaked at number 1 on Billboard's mainstream charts. The reality is, it was their fight against Napster over the legalities of P2P file sharing that brought them to the forefront of international news and labeled sellouts by fans, along with any other artist that supported them in this controversial crusade and justice for all. As per the Washington Post, Metallica drummer Lars Ulrich and his lawyers appeared at Napster's offices in May 2000 with the names of over 335,000 internet users who had used the service to exchange the band's music. After much media attention and scrutiny from both sides of the argument, Napster settled the landmark dispute with the group in 2001. According to Kerrang! The scandal has hung like a black cloud over Metallica since then. In a 2013 interview with HuffPost, Ulrich acknowledged that it was the one incident that the band has become notorious for. "It'll be in the first 5 sentences of my obituary, and I sort of accept that for better or worse," he stated while also admitting no regret over the lawsuit. The Symphony of Dave Mustaine Destruction. Dave Mustaine is a shredding guitar god of heavy metal with iconic riffs dripping from his fingertips. In fact, he was awarded the #1 spot in seminal music journalist Joel McIver's book, The 100 Greatest Metal Guitarists in 2008. The accolade meant a lot to Mustaine, who revealed to Classic Rock that he was particularly happy to finish above James Hetfield and Kirk Hammett, his successor in Metallica. While Mustaine claimed that he's on better terms with Metallica nowadays, he didn't miss a beat in taking a potshot at Lars Ulrich in 2018, proving that the bad blood still boils over on occasion. Mustaine's firing from the band on April 11, 1983, as per Kerrang!, is still a sore point of contention for both he and fans. Reportedly, Metallica found Mustaine's alcohol abuse to be too extreme and parted ways with him in an abrupt manner. The band packed his bags, woke him up, and gave him a one-way bus ticket out of town. It also didn't help matters much that Metallica had already lined up Hammett as his replacement 10 days earlier. After his bitter departure, Mustaine went on to form the successful thrash outfit Megadeth, which actually holds the distinction for having the first official website for a band on the internet, according to Megadeth. Metallica controversial change in appearance. Fun fact: how do you anger a metalhead? Cut their hair. While it might sound like a cheesy joke, there's a certain truth to it. Just ask Metallica. Despite 1990s Metallica sitting as the #1 album on the Billboard 200 for 4 weeks straight and being listed as one of Rolling Stone's greatest albums of all time, a new genre climbed out of the gutters of Seattle and exploded onto the music scene in the early 90s. Grunge music brought with it a new sound and aesthetic. Gone were the long hair and sleeveless band shirts of the past, making way for musicians who had shorter hairstyles and an unhealthy obsession with plaid. In the lead-up to 1996's Load, Metallica experienced a grunge-approved makeover. When they reappeared in the public eye, the group looked more like Sugar Ray than Slayer. "We didn't think it was that big of a deal," Kirk Hammett told Deseret News. "And it really surprised us that everyone else made such a fuss. But it's cool, because we like controversy." The band's style continued to evolve over the years, but nothing was ever quite as drastic or controversial as the look from the 90s. The time Metallica sued a cover band. Imitation is the most sincere form of flattery, However, if we're talking about music, it's legal grounds for copyright infringement and a lengthy lawsuit. In the case of Metallica, as per Louder, they received some serious bad press in 2016 because of a lawyer's letter sent to a cover band. The Canadian band named Sandman received a cease and desist letter from Metallica's attorney, demanding they stop using anything related to the name of Metallica in what they were doing as a group. Vocalist Joe DiTaranto posted the letter on Facebook, where it received a lot of attention from both fans and the music community. Eventually, the incident came to the ears of the band, with the band giving a statement to Rolling Stone: "Sandman should file the letter in the trash, keep doing what you're doing. We totally support you." The band also hinted in the statement that the lawyer who'd sent the letter in question had since been fired.